Typing Sons, ASMR with T1G. All of these SoCal versus Stateless. Every single pre-match screen this week is scuffed because they were all copy and pasted from previous ones. Oh, let's go. North American Tournament, Harrison. Great match. That is quarters, I think. I feel like I remember it being in quarters, but I could be wrong. Yes. Yes. Because Fancy was winners. Probably. Yeah. When there's nobody in the lobby. Well, oh. So that was loser's bracket for both of those. Ariu Kablaze was semis. Yeah. Oh. Abraham versus Tony's winners? No, that's loser still. Well, what was... So there is... Yeah, so it's still in... It's semis, yeah. Because... Yeah. Yeah, because those two were winners, and then Beast versus Skill and Fiery and Minwoo were losers. Yeah. Apparently your mic is muted. Is your mic muted in OBS by chance? Is it?
Holy shit, it was. Wow. Okay.
Haha. All right. Well,
that's cool.
I've been talking to like
That's
a wall
fine.
for the past 5 minutes.
It's fine. Oh, they're playing a map that I actually have, so we can go over to the tournament.
Foolish Hero.
A good freaking map / song.
Great song.
Big fan. Okay, so we actually have NAT time over USC time now. Which means,
nobody actually heard NAT time.
Yeah, nobody actually heard any NAT time. Also, I don't know.
We're sorry you all missed it.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything. I mean, it wasn't anything important. It was just not being able to figure out what round NAT was in. Yeah, this map is hella cool. I think, did somebody pick this last week? I feel like we saw this warm up last week as well.
Yes, this was Texas last week.
Okay, so it's probably Texas again this week then. And then Florida will pick Coconut Mall, and all will be right with the world. The nice thing about teams picking the same warm up week in week out is that I don't have to worry about not having it downloaded.
Yeah, that's true. Texas has got Foolish Hero, Florida Coconut Mall, Massachusetts at Gaucho.
New Jersey,
Jersey
fucking
did
live and learn.
Live and learn, yeah.
I wanted to
Uber's
die,
all-
but they did it. I tried to ban that. I did everything I could. Oh, and Illinois had the NFL theme.
Oh, true.
And T1G.
Abraham R is in fact American.
Well,
yes.
Abraham R is only recently American though, but he's
Yeah.
from Venezuela. He recently moved to Texas and flag changed a couple months ago before the tournament started. He was kind of like a reason for the precedent change in the way we were doing players who aren't from the United States but live in the United States or similar. Like they don't have a USA flag. The thing with Unexpected, for instance.
Unexpected is in the territory. He's a little bit different.
Yeah, but that was kind of along the same lines where like, well, they're living in in a United States, even though like a United States location, even though they don't have a USA flag there. Unexpected is actually American because that's how Puerto Rico works.
Yeah, Unexpected's a little bit different of a scenario because a Puerto Rico flag does technically still count towards an American territory, but like, you know, players like Abraham R don't technically count unless he flag changed.
But then you also have stuff like what's his face, Arge or whatever,
Arge, yeah.
from San Marino, which is inside of Italy, but it's not an Italy flag. So I specifically asked like the OWC staff what they would do in his situation, and they would like have to have him flag changed to play for Italy. So it's kind of, I don't know, inconsistent, I guess, in the way that sort of thing is dealt with, I suppose, but...
Definitely. Oh, Exarch's combo, by the way.
Yeah, Exarch, I think he's played this map a couple times, if memory serves.
Yeah, this is not it's not too difficult of a map, despite how it looks. Actually, these cut streams are not the worst thing ever. They flow very well, all things considered. The doubles don't, but the cut streams definitely flow better than they look.
I think the first time I saw this was No Name playing it like on his stream or something. Also, I just realized my chat is like really tiny. Wait, I have the Discord overlay. Why is it not working? Oh, I didn't change both of them. Okay, I'll add the right one so it's fixed. I see. When I changed the what's the? Okay, yeah, it's gonna lag really badly because I have this open. I changed the wrong one. Okay. Whoa. Okay, there we go. There you go. Discord overlay.
Lovely.
Chat is really small because the Twitch text is really small, but...
And nobody wants to see what you all are saying. What?
Yeah, true. Can T1G go get more top 50s on Taylor Swift maps? Listen, that's only because I was able to DT that fucking diff of, was it Look What You Made Me Do? Just look all baby. I don't remember. It was like rank 36 with like a 96% act DTFC or something.
That's what it's all about.
I'm actually cracked. As it turns
If you
out.
guys don't want warm-ups, tell me. Otherwise, just go for it. I'm assuming Florida will be.
Holly is a very lazy ref. He just wants the players to do everything.
You know, that's what he does. But we want to see Coconut Mall, and there it is.
Yeah, I would say we were desperate for Coconut Mall. Why is Texas flag just Chile flag but orthogonal?
Oh,
You know, that's why is Chad flag just Romania flag? There are these questions that we don't have answers to.
I mean, I just have a question. Why did you have to use orthogonal instead of just like portrait oriented?
It's Spaghetti Cat. He has a really big brain.
He's just like, there's no reason to use mathematical terms for right angles instead of just saying portrait orientation or landscape orientation. I'm actually an idiot. Landscape orientation.
Why do multiple states, why do multiple, well, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for that would, states would actually work if you used it in that context. I don't know. Why is it that multiple sovereign states, there you go, have to have the same flag? Why can't they just be original?
Yeah.
We had a really, really cool, long, drawn-out discussion about different flags in UFRJD the other day. It was, like, ridiculous how drawn-out and serious we were about the flags we were discussing. I don't know if Dada's here in chat, but he can attest to the, the length of the discussion. I just imagine somebody clicking into it was like the general tournament channel in that server, and I can just imagine somebody clicking in, like expecting discussion about like Konyo Cup or something, and it's actually just flags for half an hour straight.
That's what people look for. Just stuff like that. There's no boggles, everyone. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We have zero control over your boggles viewership.
We could
But
ask.
all the Florida still FC. Oh,
Happy.
oh,
Happy.
Cappy.
Happy Rappy has wrapped his last cap. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, dude.
We still have another match after this one.
I know. I'll be okay. Anybody that knows what my work schedule has been like this week knows like why I'm fucking exhausted. So I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, I mean you understand anyway.
Skill, the last one to drop the
Skill,
FC on the last note.
He had pretty good accuracy too.
Note.
800s. That's not bad.
That's a good play. All right, Team Florida wins both warm-ups.
Skill is going to take his Nat anger out on Texas. I mean, he played Beast Troll. Like, Ed's good. I wouldn't feel bad about losing to him.
Yeah.
Exarch, imagine me telling my team to get online like
feel bad about
5 times and they still aren't on.
True. Imagine not being the captain and telling everyone to get online 5 times and they're still not on.
Exarch is the responsible one on that team now. Habib has become a YouTuber, so he's focusing on YouTube. YouTube just want YouTube. Habib just wants like a YouTube content now.
Yeah.
Exarch, you are now the entire state of Florida. Congratulations, Dylan. You are now Florida, made flesh.
Exarch is Florida.
Honestly, the funny part, of course, being that he's spent a goodly chunk of his life not living in Florida. He was living in like Carolina or whatever.
Well, that's what this match is. We have Exarch is Florida and Texas is forever.
Oh, right, I miss when
There's
Texas.
My bad joke.
I miss 2018 when Texas used different diffs of Texas is forever for their warm-ups in this tournament. That was fun.
What was the was it Illinois that just took Dangerous and did like progressively faster?
I think they just used the ranked top diff every time. I think it was actually just that one.
Oh, I thought they like started at a slow one and worked their way up to like top diff DT.
I thought they mostly used the top diff because I don't think that set has that many diffs in it, does it? It only has like 3 diffs, maybe 4. Although then again, I guess that's probably enough. I do remember Dangerous though. I do remember that very clearly.
Yeah, Dangerous was definitely it because I remember playing that with DT.
Yeah, that was fun. Balls up easy DT Dangerous, I think at some point probably. Balls up.
Yep.
Speaking of DT, Florida band double time #1, Yuki Kairi Auri Wasono Aito Saisei. I don't know what that means, but they banned it.
It's a song. It's banned, and we're not going to see it. And
Texas banned Nexta.
Not surprising.
Also, thoughts on not having like a real Nomad 6 at all in this tournament since like what? There was one Nomad 6 that was like a traditional Nomad 6. Most of them have just been like most of them have just been like another Nomad 3. Ash Lake Snow, and it was Nomad 5, but that was like a Nomad 6.
Yeah.
Evans was kind of a Nomad 6 actually as well. Now I think about it, but Wake Up While Sleeping is like another Nomad 3, and Nexta is actually more Nomad 3 than the current Nomad 3, but I didn't change it because I'm lazy. A real Nomad 6 is Gimmick, yes. A real Nomad 6 is like, oh, what was the map?
Girl.
What was the map in OWC last year? The Chan map. Sleepy Tea?
Oh, Sleepy Tea is definitely good.
That's a Nomad 6. Do you remember Azer SSing the intro in their match?
The beginning was so
That was
insane.
so sick.
Yeah.
Alright, teams discussing a gentleman's agreement not to play some map or other. Apparently it's FM2. I'm okay with that. If they don't pick or ban More Death, I'm like, that's fine by me.
It's just here.
That's like, why would you actually put freaking Kraus in a pool? Nobody's gonna want to play it because nobody's gonna want to listen to it. Florida banning DT twice is gonna be smooch. Their second ban. And the instant Fremont 1 ban, Justice Monster, banned out by Texas. Yay! Ban long maps, ban long maps, ban long maps. Let's 4 minutes 15 seconds. That is the second longest map in the pool. Gone. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, Konyo. Thank you, Benjamin.
We appreciate it. in a best of 13 match. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's not even like I don't like the song. It's just these matches are going to be very long tonight because they are BO13s. So
Yeah, it's currently 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be here until midnight Eastern.
yeah, give or take. I honestly, depending. I mean, I think this match is going to be close, and I think the second match is not going to be close. So I would say maybe like 11:15, 11:30. I don't think SoCal versus Stateless should be close. No offense to Stateless. SoCal's just really good.
Yeah.
Just
If
ping me on
SoCal shows
Discord.
up the way that...
Right.
Well, I mean, it could be different. We could have, you know, SoCal against Massachusetts or SoCal last week.
Honestly, like, SoCal last week was just Ohio outplaying them. It wasn't even SoCal playing that badly. I mean, they didn't play up to their standards, but Ohio played really well.
They did. I think it was a combination of the two, because, you know, if you look at SoCal, they beat Ohio even if Ohio is on their top game, just because they have a third player for everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can just spam Idkey, Monko, Vaxe.
Excuse me, I think you mean Vaxe 2 and Vaxe 3K?
Alright, I'm leaving. I'm done for the night. I can't take this anymore.
Sorry, man.
I'm never gonna get all these names down.
I know. Yeah. All right, well, it's Nomad 1 except Hard Rock as the first pick of the match from Team Texas. So they're actually doing it to me. They banned the second longest map in the pool, and they pick the longest map in the pool. I no longer thank you, Benjamin. You are on to my shit list.
Excuse me, Mr. Williams.
Mr. Viviliams, I would like to speak to you about not picking long maps.
Excuse me, I would like to speak to your manager.
Okay, Karen.
Okay, Karen.
I have one of our assistant store managers is actually like dead ass a Karen, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like it's like it's like turning the tables, you know, on Karendom.
Oh wow. How unexpected. I don't know. I said that because I saw unexpected streaming on the side of my Twitch, and I was inspired. I was inspired.
I hate you.
This is nothing new. Fun scrim, everyone says, as these two teams get ready for Nomad 1, but small circles.
Nomad 1, except it's CS 6.5.
Yeah.
Or actually, not CS 6.5, CS 5.2, sorry.
5.2. So
it might actually be slightly smaller than that, I'm not sure. I feel like... Oh, it's Akitoshi, so it's probably CS4 Nomad. Nope, it is CS 4.2. I was actually right.
You got it.
It's like CS, what is that? CS 5.5? CS
5.5, yeah.
Something like that? I don't know what CS 4.2 Hard Rock is. I just know it's, you know, obviously slightly smaller than... Wait,
yeah, because...
Apraxia?
Apraxia
AIM?
Florida?
Apraxia Hard Rock 1?
I just said for Team Florida. I need sleep.
Apraxia Florida?
Apraxia Team Florida instead of Fleslin, who on my client is just loading still.
Yeah, if you close your client and reopen it, it'll switch the name. I had to do that on mine.
Yeah.
But I genuinely can't believe Apraxia is playing the AIM map.
Yeah.
Like, that's... And meanwhile, you've got Skill, who is literally, like, this is his type of map. Just dead ass, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And Fleslin, who is also the AIM player. Wait, where's Habib? Why does Habib not play this? Doesn't he have, like, good AIM?
Maybe he's... Well, he is streaming right now, but I am definitely surprised that Boggles is playing this instead of him.
Apraxia in the background. Yes, indeed. Apraxia is in the background about 9 times as Boggles finds the first break of the map.
Maybe a little bit of a roster mishap here for Florida?
Apraxia is still holding SS, by the way.
Apraxia, I feel like Apraxia is good enough, and this map is slow enough that he's going to be able to just kind of nail this on the accuracy.
Meanwhile, Pizza Lovers, 96%. What is the world coming to? What is the world coming to? Dude, if Apraxia top scores this map, I just am probably gonna, like, actually fall out of my chair.
I'll be solo commentating for a map as Aaron goes to calm down. He'll have to take it. He'll have to go get some water.
It'll be like some fucking histrionics out here.
Boggle's still the only miss and really good accuracy for everyone on Texas except for Pizza Lovers at 95.
A better act from Florida, but that break from Boggles. I mean, skill is 1x100. Fleslin is, I think, 2 100s. So.
Oh, Boggles again.
That's.
This isn't good. Boggles has really been missing on the slow sections of the map, which is killing his combo overall. He's doing the whole like miss, get a decent amount of combo, then miss again, which inevitably ends up giving you like 400k. But with skill breaking, Florida is really going to be in the backseat for this one with Apraxia breaking as well, but it's not going to matter.
Yeah, as long as
FCs to 1.
As long as Abraham and Pizza Lovers can hold on to their combo, Texas doesn't have anything to worry about yet.
Yeah, Pizza Lovers is quite literally combo gaming this with his accuracy. Abraham R really putting up the good performance for Team Texas. Apraxia's got good act, but that combo drop is kind of pushing him back a little bit. Boggle's really struggling on this.
Yeah, you hate to see it, and like, I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of Boggles overall. He doesn't tend to play all that many maps, but this is a little bit of a surprise to see him come in and perform relatively poorly on this one. Skill broke again too, so it's just Fleslin.
It's a rough map. This map is not something that is like particularly difficult as well in terms of hard rock maps, even for a finals level pool. Like the aim requirement, like, you know, it's there, but there's nothing really special about this map. It's jump sliders and streams, and the BPM is really freaking comfortable at 200.
Fleslin broke. The map is actually over.
Yeah, that's basically gone. Texas still has 2 FCs, and Abraham R has the highest accuracy in the lobby. Well, not now with that break, but still, 2 FCs to 1 FC to none.
1 FC. It was 2 FCs.
The big jumps. He broke on the big jumps. That's respectable.
Yeah, you can break there. Like, it's really not the end of the world because multiple other people will probably break there as well. But man, Abraham coming out ready to game.
Abraham is really showing up for this one. We actually did see a lot of people break there. That was 3 breaks on that jump section. Boggles and Skill really not feeling it on this hard rock map. Skill has got, like, you know, a decent score. He's going to get 500k plus, but Boggles having a little bit more trouble. Apraxia and Abraham are both breaking for Texas, but it's, you know, way too late at this point. Abraham R did enough.
Yeah, this is a good first pick here from Texas. I was a little surprised initially, but Abraham and Pizza really stepping up, and Apraxia with a very solid accuracy, even if he did have a couple breaks. More than doing enough, especially with all the struggles that Boggles had throughout this entire map.
You know, I definitely think this is one of those matches that we see pretty often in USC when we get to the later stages, where this is almost like, you know, if you had to pick a skill set for each team, this is, you know, Texas, the mechanics team, versus Florida, the everything else team, I feel like. Florida's got the speed players, they got the weird alt, you know, tech, like, reading players, and then Texas is your streaming, your sliders, your jumps, like, all those type of maps. And, you know, they're showing up for that on Hard Rock 1.
Those Texas mechanics, man. Everything including the aim is bigger in Texas.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
But Florida now, of
course,
like
their score.
True. Florida now, of course, will get their own first pick. And, you know, like you said, if they are going to kind of try to lean into that less mechanics focused, more kind of oddball pick focused type of play style, they've got some options in this pool. But we'll have to see what they choose.
There's a bit. They have some good DTs for themselves. Smooch is going to be a good one for Florida.
Smooch is banned by Florida.
Smooch is going to be a good one for Florida.
Smooch is going to be a good ban for Florida.
Good ban for Florida. Nexta is gone, which would have been good, but Texas kind of saw through that one a little bit early. I imagine Florida will kind of roll with a couple hiddens today.
I could see Saisaki. I could see Genjutsu no Crossroad. I don't want to see Ren Ren I Sir Sir Kula Kula Shun Shun because, like, my ears.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm saying there's no maps left to pick. Okay, well, you haven't even picked one map. There's already no maps left. That's a little concerning. Habib does drop one in, and it's going to be hidden one. I hate you guys. Why do you do this? It's okay. It's the shortest map of the pool.
It's true. We were like half right and half wrong. We predicted the hidden pick, but the hidden one was my ears.
I can't
You know,
believe
I'm not
this is a
complaining.
thing. I just can't believe this is a thing.
You know, it's a pishy fat map and he does what he wants. But, you know, unfortunately, your ears are not going to make it through this as much as mine will, because I can run my tournament client at very low volume.
And I can't, because the stream has to be able to hear the song.
Yeah. But, switching players out now, Digital Hypno obviously is here. He was streaming. He just leaving himself out for that first map, which, you know, I wonder if they just did that to let him kind of practice a couple other maps if they just knew they weren't going to be able to win that one, but... Solid lineup for Florida right now. Cappy, Digital Hypno, Exarch is definitely a really good lineup for a map like this. Not quite sure who Texas is going to put in for this. Maybe Kanyo? Minwoo coming in for Texas.
Abraham, Minwoo,
Kanyo? I feel like,
Kanyo or... Yeah, I guess probably. I'm not really sure.
I mean, who else would Texas have that could play this? Like, I don't know if Dual Akira...
Yeah, that was my other thought. I don't know if Nate's, like, good with this sort of stuff. That would be the other option.
I think it's either Dual Akira or Kanyo. Apraxia's in.
Why are you ahead of me in the tournament client? How is that even possible? Like, you're seeing people joining before I do, yeah. That's so weird.
That's awkward. All right, well, Zav coming in for map number 2 that we probably didn't expect to see him in for. We also have some Exarch hidden.
Zav is actually just a gamer. He probably, like, just really wants to win this match, you know?
He's probably going to FC this map easily. And we're just, like, making it out to be something crazy that he's coming in, but he's just ready. But I don't know. Florida's going to have to maybe ride on the back of Digital Hypno again here, as they have for a couple of matches. Digital Hypno kind of being the front runner for Florida for the majority of this tournament. Cappy has had some fantastic early matches, and Exarch with good performance as well. So a good triple for Florida here. Digital Hypno and Apraxia both slider breaking very early. So does Exarch and Abraham.
Oh, goodness.
One FC apiece already.
This is actually cursed.
This is a Cappy map, though.
Yeah, those little sliders are tricky, man. But Minwoo, I think, yeah, I would say Minwoo's another player who could definitely come in and fill for this sort of thing. His reading is, I think, really underrated by a lot of people. If you aren't familiar with his performance in tournaments, you might not realize that he's like a really, really strong reading player typically, although he does find a break. Bleeding Habib is the only combo. And I guess I maybe spoke a little soon.
Yeah, there's no FCs at all right now, and Habib is already caught up to Minwoo's score. It's essentially Apraxia versus Exarch, Abraham, Cappy, and Minwoo just trying to get back up to where, you know, Digital Hypno is. But unless he finds a break, this is definitely going to go to Florida. Kind of as we mentioned earlier, on the back of Digital Hypno.
Yeah, this is, like, USC for Florida is traditionally Habib putting on the carry performances, and he does find a little misread and chain misses, but I don't think it matters at this point because Minwoo and Apraxia both broke as well. Cappy is matching Abraham.
Yeah, this is going to go to Florida right here. Cappy's got higher accuracy than Abraham, and Abraham breaks at the ending.
Yep. So, very... Very different first picks from the two teams. You know, like we were talking about, Texas with the mechanics map, Hard Rock 1, showing off their aim and dominating on that, and then Florida picking the kind of reading focused, more hidden 1 pick and winning it as well. So early skill set displays from both teams there for that one guy.
Exarch and Apraxia actually with insane accuracies on 100 counts, but their misses kind of made up for it a little bit. Cappy with only 1 miss, 1 slider break. So we were definitely correct about this being a Cappy map. Unfortunately, broke just once on that midsection there when it really started to get overlappy on the sliders. And you know what? Digital Hypno with that performance to, you know, not too far ahead of the rest of his team, but definitely enough to give them that score lead they needed over Texas, with Minwoo holding the combo for the longest. I almost just hit sync music because I thought that my song had glitched and it was like replaying.
It's yeah, that song is kind of a mind fuck a little bit. All right, so Texas now. I mean, Hard Rock 1 went well for them. They could legitimately just pick No Mod 1 if they wanted to, I think. Or maybe one of the remaining DTs if they want to try to lean into a different facet of their mechanic skill.
Yeah, I definitely think the consistency DT would be a good one for them.
So DT4, which is
not the consistency DT.
Not the consistency DT. This is the 285 BPM. Please double tap me, streams DT pick.
Yeah.
You will. That's like ooh.
Map.
You will double tap the first 2 bursts. Ooh.
This is Apraxia and Exarch right here. This is like their streaming right here.
Meanwhile, Apraxia leaving the lobby. Where's he going, though?
The lobby. If Apraxia does not play this map, I do not know what to say about this tournament anymore. Dulakir is in for Texas.
Yeah?
Nice. Okay. I'm actually really glad to see him showing up for this match. That's going to be good for Texas to have all their players here as well. But a good, he's still a good player for some DTs on Texas, you know. Even with their solid lineup, Dulakira is definitely a good one to have here. Exarch and Boggles for Florida, not surprising. Digital Hypno is a good third to have. And Apraxia, Dulakira for Texas. Minwoo, you know, not exactly my first choice for Texas for a 285 BPM stream speed map, but I'm sure he'll do fine on this.
Minwoo will double tap the streams and then FC the rest of the map.
Minwoo will Stetson Gwyn.
Yo, any Gwinners?
Right
Yo, any Gwinners?
Any Gwinners? Minwoo FC 100% accuracy. I really don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, nobody's gonna assess this.
Nobody double S's this. You do not simply double S with you. This map is like way harder than people make it out to be.
And they make it out to be pretty hard. All right. Oh, my Apraxia, what a beast!
Oh,
Apraxia is insane, dude. Oh my god, what a gamer.
I told you it's an Apraxia map.
Dude, Apraxia is so good. I love Apraxia speed.
Boggles with a break early.
Oh, Apraxia dropped 100. This is so sad.
Exarch dropping combo there. There's 2 FCs gone for Florida. Apraxia holds with Digital Hypno.
Look at the act difference. Apraxia 97%, Habib 92%.
This is amazing. If Apraxia could just continue not having to double tap this, Texas literally win on Apraxia's accuracy alone.
Also, the really sad concept here is if Apraxia breaks and finishes with like a 1 miss with 98 AC, but Habib FCs with 93 AC, that would be an Osu. That would be a certified Osu moment.
It really would. Score V2 is still combo game. Apraxia and Digital Hypno both miss.
Oh god, you're still ahead. This is so sad.
I don't think I'm ahead. I think I just called.
Yeah, I'm just behind. I'm just behind. What skin is this? Exclamation mark skin.
Exclamation skin. Dulakira actually with the highest combo in Boggles.
Nate's built up a very good combo. He's got, I think, enough of a lead on Boggles. No, he doesn't. I lied because Apraxia missed again.
Yeah, this is going to be in Florida's favor for just a little bit. Data pooling, says Habib. Oh, Minwoo with a break.
Habib, you're winning the map. Why are you complaining about the map pool? Oh, Dulakira breaking as well. Texas is going to lose this at this rate.
This is actually...
Like, Florida has to completely collapse because they have a huge combo advantage now.
I feel like Texas was banking too much on the fact that Apraxia was going to be able to combo this, and after Apraxia broke, this is just, you know, really going over to Florida with Boggles performing out of his mind.
Apraxia is just missing on stuff, man. Like, the aim in this is actually difficult enough that you can break on the jump patterns because they're that, like, old-style weird linear back-and-forth thing, and it's not the most comfortable. Like, those,
Digital Hypno.
It's like just hex grid jumps, man. Oh, Habib, you okay, bud? It's okay. Boggles and Exarch are actually just going to carry him.
This is really good play from Boggles here coming into the end. He's going to drop at least 800k. Actually, I don't know how many notes are at the end of the map here. Maybe 700k.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still a little bit of map to go at the end, but Habib with the lull in smoke.
Yeah, no, this is it for Florida right here. They have a 400k lead now. It's going to keep getting bigger with absolutely 0 combos on Texas compared to 2 insanely high combos from Exarch and Boggles. But Boggles might actually drop that 800k that I mentioned. If he breaks, never mind. He's
The
gonna get the 700K
Woey theory?
though.
Boggles
The
Woey
Woey
theory? Let's go Boggles.
We have the Woey theory and the Boggles hypothesis. And that's gonna take effect starting now. Exarch's still holding combo, by the way. I actually realized none of us were mentioning that. But Exarch did hold combo into the end, getting almost as much as Boggles.
The Exarch constant. Good job, Boggles and Exarch.
So very good from Team Florida there. Low miscount from everyone. Apraxia unfortunately missing on some of the aim rather than the streams. He was doing so well at the beginning and unfortunately, couldn't hold up as much towards the ending. But, Team Florida with a better overall performance probably would have won that anyway.
Like, that's kind of the downside you see with Apraxia. Like, he's so good at speed, but his trouble is always just missing on aim stuff. Like, he'll FC the streams and then miss on the aim, and that's kind of become this like defining feature of Apraxia. It's like the DT version of Thieves, where he just like misses on something kind of random, but he hits the hard part. And Hidden 2 coming out from Florida. Will we see more Apraxia Hidden?
I would honestly like to see that. Saisaki is a really good hidden map. It's definitely more standard than the last hidden map for overlappy wise, but the sliders on this are really interesting.
Yeah, the Kiais in this map are fascinating. I actually like this map. I think it's really cool, and I like the song a lot. But it's, again, a little of that slider reading similar, I think, to Hidden 1, but with a little bit... I don't know, like, there's, like, the buzz sliders and stuff. It's a little bit more awkward at times.
Yeah, the Kiais on this are a big difficulty spike. Not in an unnecessary way or, something that could be concerned about, but this is definitely one of the more difficult hidden maps in the pool, in my opinion. I think, the Hidden 1 is a difficult map if you're not used to reading or anything like that, but in terms of overall difficulty, I definitely think Hidden 2 is probably the hardest in the pool.
Also, is Apraxia actually staying in for this again?
I'm so excited.
Apparently,
for this.
Apraxia Hidden versus Exarch Hidden once again.
I am exceedingly joyful for this.
This should be really interesting. I don't know. I think this favors Florida again. Like, Habib is just going to pull out a really good score, and I think Flezzle and Exarch both can do well also. Apraxia remains the kind of question mark for me as to why he's in on more hidden picks like this, especially where they're a little more reading focused, which has never been his strong suit.
Yeah, I'm actually, it's interesting to see Pizza Lovers in for a map like this as well, because this is, Pizza Lovers, fantastic aim player, really good at what he does. Fleslin just misread the entire beginning of this map. But Pizza Lovers definitely doesn't fall into aim. What? Florida is gone already. Florida has 0 FCs already. I genuinely do not know what happened with Fleslin at the beginning.
I don't know. They just all disappeared, man. They evaporated into the ether.
That was amazing. Habib and Exarch actually missed on like a slider and slider broke, but Fleslin genuinely, I was concerned because he started like tie-buying at the beginning and missed like 5 or 6 notes in a row. Tie-buy, what are you doing?
He's back with it though. He's got the best combo on the team now, but Texas going to the first Ki with 3 FCs still intact, and we'll see how this first chorus treats them.
Big sliders here. Minwoo on the highest accuracy, so we'll see good things from him maybe in this. Apraxia still holding strong. The map hasn't gotten massively difficult yet, and to be honest, if you're good at this type of map, the first Ki is not entirely where it gets hard. It's if you're still FCing and you hit the second Ki, then, you don't like realize it, but everyone subconsciously gets a little bit nervous. Whether or not that means that you shake or like stiffen up is completely different. Like Pizza Lovers just shook completely off of that note.
But Apraxia had just missed before him, and Habib missed as well. So that was like everybody just hitting the second verse and kind of dying.
It's just Minwoo left against Fleslin and Exarch, who are going to pull the combo and score back to the side of Florida. If neither of them breaks, this does go to Florida on combo advantage here. Fleslin doesn't have amazing accuracy,
Minwoo
though, but
broke.
there goes Minwoo.
That's going to be big because there's really no combo left on Texas that can compete with Florida. Minwoo is kind of holding Texas there by sheer force of will. But now you've got Fleslin and Exarch with the big combos. Apraxia and Pizza Lovers not even at 400.
Yeah, Exarch's accuracy completely dominating everybody else in the lobby as well. 99.6% accuracy from him.
He's going to be really upset if he FCs this about that slider break earlier on.
Oh, that would be absolutely... I mean, it is Score V2, so I guess, you know, a little bit better that it's not Score V1 in some sense.
Like, it's not like a leaderboard score loss.
Yeah. Still a really good hidden score from him right now, nonetheless. 500k on this map is respectable to begin with, and Exarch is looking towards, you know, 800k right now, even if he breaks.
Pizza? Pizza?
Pizza? Hello?
Oh, client?
Oh,
Client?
well, he's back, I guess.
Wait, Exarch? Wait, Fleslin? Hello?
Wait.
Did they actually just both break? Or is that my client?
Exarch and Fleslin have the exact same combo right now, so maybe they both broke on the same triangle? I think.
I'm going to go with that.
Exarch slider broke anyway, so he's gone, but Fleslin is still holding combo. It's actually
This
just
is winnable.
Apraxia
Habib broke.
Minwoo.
Habib
No,
now has no
Apraxia
combo.
broke.
Oh
Apraxia
my
just dropped the combo.
God.
It can't be done with just Minwoo right now.
No, it's really, I think it's actually over now because they needed Apraxia to hold through to the ending. And even then,
I don't even know if that would have made a difference.
It would have been really close, but I don't think it would have been enough. Whoa, Minwoo shake? That was weird.
There's some big shake.
Oh my God, his cursor. Bro,
Minwoo's like stuttering.
Jeez. So I think if Apraxia hadn't broken, that would have been really close, but Florida built up enough of a lead through kind of that middle 2/3 of the map there that they were able to keep the lead to the ending. Exarch, man, one break, one slider break, or one miss, one slider break. I'm in the middle of something.
Unfortunate from them, but you know, Apraxia's break, I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference, because given where he broke, he maybe had 100,000 score left in him, which probably wouldn't have brought it back completely, but score would have definitely been closer. But a good performance from him nonetheless. You know, we're kind of questioning them putting Apraxia in for all of these maps that he doesn't normally play, but we do forget this is Apraxia, and he, you know, is good at a lot of things.
Well, that being said, that is the breakpoint consolidated for Florida. So it's 3-1 lead. Texas. This is our first Nomad 2 we've seen in a while, I feel like. Like, nobody picked there were very few Nomad 2s last week or the week before. Of course, the week before was Rise of the Chaos Wizards. There were literally 0 picks on that.
Yeah, there was also that week that the Nomad 2 map wasn't entirely, like, stream.
That was literally last week, right?
Was that last week or the week before?
No, the week before was Rise of the Chaos Wizards, which was streamy as heck.
Yeah, there was, last week was Rise of the... Okay.
Yeah, last week was, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you... Kokoshi Nickel Midore, which was just, like, a map.
Yeah, that was it.
That was not a stream map. It was just a map.
That was what it was all about.
Yeah, it got picked, like, one time. I don't know. But Texas, again, looking toward the mechanics, looking for the streams. But I think Florida actually has a pretty decent streaming roster. Like, they can run Habib Exarch Boggles, and they'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll definitely be fine. I'd personally be surprised to not see Cappy in for this map.
Oh, true. I forgot Cappy exists.
Yeah, this is a Cappy map, honestly. Consistency streams on... You know, even if it's this BPM.
I was going to say, is 211, like, uncomfortably high for him or something? Because otherwise I would expect him for this, but he's not playing it, so...
I've seen Cappy bang out 220 BPM long stream maps, no problem. So I'd be surprised, you know, I'm kind of surprised that they don't have him at least trying for this. But maybe it has to do with something happening to, I don't know. He didn't perform as well as he probably wanted to on Hidden 1, and I wonder if he's just questioning his performance today and wants to leave it to his teammates.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was only one map, though. Like, you wouldn't think you'd completely destroy your confidence from that one pick, especially considering how well he's been playing overall in this tournament. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but maybe Boggles is gonna come in and like FC and carry the map for Florida and get him another break point. You know, so just gotta wait and see what happens.
Wouldn't be surprised from Boggles.
But I think you gotta like Texas's lineup for this map though. Very good at speed, very good at streams. It's Apraxia always complains about not being able to farm. Why doesn't he just do like the streamy farm maps?
Yeah, it's true. Definitely something that he could pull off here. I mean, there hasn't been a single breaking combo yet, so both teams running through this pretty confidently.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first like quarter, third of this map is not the difficult part at all.
Yeah,
you do have to keep your combo, but like for the most part, the long streams don't come in until later on. You get this break at a third of the way through to see Florida with the 11K lead, and then things kind of start to pick up from here on out. You do see mostly it's that accuracy difference with Abraham at 97. Meanwhile, Exarch still holding the SS. A little bit of difference there.
No breaks from either team yet. As we hit the halfway point of the map, any breaks, you know, within the next couple of seconds are going to absolutely destroy anyone's score that breaks here. So hopefully nobody gets, you know, that unfortunate slider break or misaim something. That would be very rough on one of these teams.
Everyone's just feeling comfy though, man. Exarch still with the SS intact. Accuracy lead has gone back over to the side of Texas, though. They do have a small score lead, but it's really just going to be who breaks first. Somebody somewhere has to break, right? Like, we're not... a six-way is impossible.
Yeah,
especially with the last quarter being pretty difficult, but still only accuracy keeping the teams apart now.
It's literally just Texas on accuracy, and by, you know, just a fringe.
Oh, Exarch dropped 100. No.
Ooh, that's going to give it over to Texas just a little bit more, too.
Still Florida in the lead by a little bit. Oh, Apraxia broke.
Ooh.
Apraxia broke, and that's a bad time to break. Like, there's a quarter of the map. He's going to max out at like 600-something thousand points now. Oh, boy. Heck of a time to have a little bit of an underperformance here. As Florida still three-waying this. See, the Boggles pick. Boggles being in was clearly the right decision here.
Great performance from him. Exarch just absolutely dominating.
Yeah, Exarch is actually insane. And this is a potential 5-way FC on this, which, well, I'm sorry, Apraxia. Somebody somewhere had to break, and unfortunately, it was going to be you. But I guess crazy. That's my Apraxia narrative, is he's going to miss somewhere, and it's unfortunate because he's really good otherwise. Okay, well, everybody dying at the end, it's fine. Pizza and Habib the ones to finish out the FCs. Abraham, Exarch, Boggles all breaking right at the very end. That's a 4-1 Florida lead, and that was a really strong performance from them.
What a way to take that from them. No FCs except for nobody, actually. I'm totally just throwing.
Well, Pizza and Habib both FC'd, but they missed at least one slider end each.
Exarch with basically an FC.
Yeah, Exarch broke like 20 combo from the end. Boggles broke 20 combo farther, and Abraham, yeah.
Exarch broke and actually almost outscored Digital Hypno on accuracy alone. He was 2K behind him.
And Nomad won from Florida. So the 1 point Texas got was on an aim map, and now Florida's picking the other giant aim map. And Apraxia already calling GG in chat.
Unfortunate.
I would hazard a guess that he is at least slightly tilted from the way this match has gone so far with the 4-1 lead for Florida, but everything's comebackable.
Yeah, this is definitely not gone yet on a best of 13. You know, if this was last week and we were on best of 11, I'd definitely see how it would be easy to get demotivated by the fact that, you know, the other team is 1 point away from a match point, and then, you know, you have to go to tiebreaker after that. But, you know, when they have 2 more picks they have to go through in order to hit match point, and one of them is still yours, it's definitely not the time to give up yet. And, you know, even if you're putting GG out, you know, in chat, like, as a joke, something like that, it still kind of, like, shows some underlying, like, uncertainty about your performance.
And, I mean, I don't blame Apraxia if that is genuinely how he feels, because he really has not been at his peak in this match. yeah, he's been forced to play some stuff that he probably normally wouldn't be in for, but at the same time, like, bottom scoring Nomad 2, like, that's not an Apraxia thing to do, so I can understand a little bit of tilt coming out from him, considering, you know, he didn't do super great on that, didn't do as well as he probably would have liked on With You, so it's a tough mental state to be in, and you kind of just gotta hope that his team can support him through it. He is going to be out for this map. We are going to see a little bit of a different roster for Texas with Dual Akira coming in for Nomad 1 with Konyo and Pizza Lovers. So,
yeah, this will be good though. Mr. Vivilium's coming in for the Nomad 1.
I think it's interesting to see Abraham not playing this after how he just like destroyed on Aozora Jumping Heart. Like, he top scored Aozora Jumping Heart by almost 200,000 points, but he's not playing Nomad 1. I question that a little bit.
Maybe it's the aim style is a little bit different on this map. I definitely would say that the jumps being bigger would take an effect. I think it's a little bit different when your Abraham are kind of going from precision to aim almost. You know, the CS isn't massively different, but it's there, and the difficulty focus of this map is more on the pure aim side of things.
Wait, Fleslin, does he just not play Scorby too much? all of his act drops are on sliders.
I don't know. Fleslin, you know, he plays enough tournaments in Scorby 2 that he should know how it works. Maybe he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's never been an act player. I suppose that's true.
But he's holding his own, I guess. I mean, it's not too bad. He is the only one on his team below 99, but he is still right up there with everyone else.
He was the only one in the lobby below 99 for a minute there. We did see Dual Akira breaking, though. Boy, Texas is just, like, out of it today. I don't know. This is unlike the Texas I'm used to seeing in this tournament over the past couple of years so far through this match.
Yeah, this is unfortunate from them. I definitely expected a really good performance given some of their players here. And, you know, this map pool, it definitely, you know, is not exactly favoring mechanics maps, but there's no shortage of them either. So they definitely have had a lot of good opportunity to pick here, but just a little bit of underperformance from some players here. Kanya with the best accuracy left in the lobby. Who knows? Maybe everyone on Florida will break and it'll be just Kanya and Pizza Lovers.
Yeah, you know, and talking about like the mechanical performance, there's something to be said for the lack of margin for error in a match like this. You know, when you're Texas going up against, let's say, like an Indiana or an Iowa, like, you have a little bit of margin for error. When you're going up against Florida, you really don't have that room to make mistakes and get away with them. So the little things, the little shit misses or shakes can have much more of an effect than they do in some of those more one-sided matchups. Boy, my client just shit itself.
I mean, I'll tell you what's really having an effect is Dual Akira has now missed 5 times in this, where Skill has only missed once. And, you know, even with Kanyo and Pizza Lovers FCing with higher accuracy on average than Digital Hypno and Fleslin, Skill with that one miss is not matching up to Dual Akira, because Skill has missed once. Dual Akira has missed several times, which not only puts his combo lower than Skill, but his average score will be lower because, you know, misses in Score V2 take away score. So, you know, he's inevitably, you know, as much as I hate to say it, because it never comes down to one person, and, you know, as Kanyo breaks, it's not going to anymore, but he really is not helping Texas here. Kanyo is having a little bit more trouble with the and Pizza Lovers. All right, never mind.
This just ended, like, right in a heartbeat there, even though Habib did find a break. But that was really true. I mean, you saw the score difference there was about 100,000 points, and it was literally just Skill having a 100,000 point lead on Dual Akira at that point in the map. Like, that was the entire difference between the two teams' score. Granted, like we said, Konyo and Pizza Lovers both broke. Habib and Fleslin followed up. This ending is a really big diff spike in this last Ki. But that one difference between one player on each team was just making up all of the gap between the entire rosters. But this is just going to end up looking like a little bit more of a blowout here. It's going to be about 400,000 points by the time this hits the end, because Texas kind of fell apart there at the last Ki. That's a 5-1. I mean, we're not even an hour in, and Florida's 2 points from the win. So Texas has really got to figure out what their picks can be here if they want to stay alive in this one.
This is a rough one for Texas right now. Skill with an early slider break on that. Digital Hypno with the late slider break from him. But everyone on Florida with insane accuracy coming into the end of the aim map. And, Texas maybe just a little bit demoralized now.
Yeah, I think excuse me. I think if you're Texas, it's hard not, we talked about Apraxia being tilted, but I think like they're a team where they have several players that are kind of prone to that. And when they lost on what I think they probably felt very confident was a winnable pick in With You, and then they lost Nomad 2 after that, and it was just 4 maps in a row. Like at that point, their mental state was probably not going to be the best going forward, and they've really got to regroup for the rest of this match.
Well, let's hope they're able to do something. It is their pick, and at that, it is exactly where they need to get a point here. They have absolutely zero room for error. When they still had a little bit of space, maybe they had a chance, but now they really got to go for maps like GT3 here. They really have to go for the consistency.
And I think, we had floated this as a potential second pick for them. They've had they had the first pick on Hard Rock 1 and won it pretty comfortably, and then they picked GT4, which was, I think, a little bit more of a toss-up than this map, but with them being such a strong DT roster, picking an older DT map that was less focused on the raw mechanics and more on, kind of that older style aim was maybe a little bit questionable. So maybe this one will be a little better for them. I would like to see Texas fighting in this one.
I would really hope to see, even if Texas, unfortunately, for some reason, doesn't win this pick of theirs, I would like to see it be close. I think most of these maps thus far have really been a decent score lead in favor of Florida almost all the way through the map. Like, Texas holds it, for some time at the beginning, but then someone breaks and Florida kind of just goes. So it definitely hasn't gone too well from Texas, but they do still have a chance. They do still have their pick, and there is opportunity for them right now, but they really need to start showing it with this lineup here. They have a good speed lineup for this map, and they definitely have a good shot at this. And to be honest, if I hear people screaming about Boggles in chat anymore, I'm going to lose it. But
yeah, I don't know what the Boggles fan club is. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's here, and they're always here, and that's what's pushing Florida to this win right now. Is Boggles' motivation is through the roof with his cheerleader section. But, Florida, with an equally strong lineup on a map like this, Texas is really just relying on the fact that this is their pick.
I think one thing about this pick that is worth noting is that this is a completely different roster for Texas than the last map. The last map, all 3 players went out to be replaced with these 3, 2 of whom are the ones most prone to tilt on their team in Minwoo and Apraxia. So giving them a map off and then being able to bring them back in for a pick that I think they probably feel is a good map for them, I think is very valuable at this stage of the match to try and reset their mental a little bit. So hopefully they'll be able to have regrouped a little bit, gone and played this in practice while the last map was going on, gotten a little more comfortable, tried to take a deep breath a little bit, and kind of attempt to recover and be ready for the rest of the match.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the advantage of having a team like Texas where, even if you do have players that are a little bit more prone to mental strain in matches that are of this level, they also have the experience and kind of I don't want to say the coaching or the captaining, but they have the wherewithal to know how to deal with stuff like that. Not even just from personal experience in 1v1s and other team tournaments, but, Team Texas is definitely one of those teams that is more strategic about their matches. They plan their picks out. They know exactly what they need to do to reset themselves. They know how to kind of get in line and fight off another team who is, objectively probably better overall in skill. And this is exactly what Texas needs to do in a match like this, especially with some of the scores that are going to be put up. But right now, unfortunately, Texas with a lot of breaks not doing them good at the beginning.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about hopefully these players being able to reset a little bit, but Abraham and Apraxia both with the early breaks. Abraham cursor dancing you, and he's one that I've heard is like endlessly positive. Just so to see even him looking a little bit mentally checked out here is a really bad sign, especially since we're only a third of the way into this and there's a lot of map left to go. You gotta stay concentrated and committed to the play, even if you break early on. Like, you have to say, well, maybe the other team broke, you know, I've got to just do my best. Cursor dancing, never good. Minwoo with a miss aim, though. Texas is going to be on the back foot here as Florida completely in the driver's seat.
This is not going the way that Texas wanted it to at all.
No, this is getting ugly here because Florida has 3 FCs. We're halfway through. Texas has Minwoo with almost no combo. Abraham and Apraxia about half a combo of the 3 players from Florida. I mean, this is just Florida like exerting their will over Texas on every map that gets picked.
Like, you really can't do anything about this. Florida, 3 FCs is really hard to just even come close to going up against, even with Digital Hypno's accuracy and Fleslin's falling very low, you know, compared to Texas. It really doesn't matter. Boggles breaks at the ending jumps here, but, you know, what's it going to do when you have no FCs on one team and 2 on the other? Actually, there goes everyone on Florida, so it's just Apraxia and Minwoo, but the score lead is just absolutely, you know, you can't do anything. Like, if Apraxia would have had to FC the map, same with Minwoo, like, one of them would have had to FC to make up the difference in score that even exists between these 2 teams right now. And,
yeah,
you know,
700K, that's 2 people worth of score. I mean, it's just, that's like how not even vaguely close this map is. This was the concern with Texas that we kind of had, was they just kind of miss places. I mean, it sounds really bad and kind of cheap, but like, they just miss on things sometimes. And why does Apraxia have 1,000 combo all of a sudden?
He just...
Where did he just get 1,000 combo from?
I mean, he was holding combo into the ending there. Maybe that miss that we saw from him was Bancho, and he just kind of like kept going with it. But you know what? Good for him.
I mean, it's a good play from Apraxia, and it makes that score look a little less one-sided, but still, I mean, it's 6-1, and that's another break point, which means Florida gets their own next like 3 picks to try and win, and they're just gonna say no mod 3 without even any hesitation.
Yeah, Ouroboros is definitely a Florida map here. This is really it, and Apraxia kind of showing those signs of fatigue here.
Yeah, it's been something that we don't talk about, I don't think, enough in the tournament scene, is just how draining it can be to be in a whole bunch of tournaments at the same time. You've got multiple map pools to practice, you've got multiple matches to be prepared for. You might have, you know, several matches throughout the course of a day where you're playing in something that's like an international tournament that you have to be up at 8:30 a.m. for a 10 a.m. match. Then you have an early afternoon match, and then you have this at 8 p.m. local time. So you're really spreading things out, and it ends up being stressful and tiring over the course of all those tournaments. And you can see the mental and physical strain that it places on some of these players. And those who are a little more prone to tilt, it just is even worse on.
It really is hard with tournaments now. And there's a lot of big tournaments in the summer as well. You know, you have NAT, you got all these international tournaments. Now you have Course Ace to deal with. And, you know, at this point in most tournament players' minds, USC kind of falls to like the back of the board if you're not in winner's bracket. I feel like if you're not, you know, A, in the winner's bracket, or B, one of the teams in the loser's bracket that is like favored to win the tournament, you know, like SoCal, it's really hard to find motivation when you have to play 2 matches per weekend in a tournament that, you know, inevitably in the back of your mind, you're going, great, we have to play SoCal or something, or Ohio in the grand finals. And, you know, what are the chances that we win that match? So it really does take a toll, like even indirectly, even if it's not your personal like experience directly dealing with the other teams, it kind of all trickles down the line. But you know what? One more map to go. Maybe Texas can find a little bit of luck here with this lineup against Team Florida. You know, this map is definitely prone to a little bit of RNG with some of these buzz sliders, so maybe we could see some breaks and places that we don't expect it. Abraham are struggling at the beginning, not too surprising. This is not something that we normally see him dealing with, but Minwoo's break is a little bit more surprising. He did break on the 1/6. And there goes Praxia. There goes Texas.
Yeah, and this is not a long map. It's 2.5 minutes long. It's a bit shorter than a lot of the picks we've seen so far. With these picks, with these breaks already coming in from Texas, and we know that they're pretty demoralized. I mean, you hate to say at 30 seconds into the map that it's already kind of over, but this may already just be kind of over. Florida looking really, really strong. It's something we're not talking about enough here, I don't think, is that Florida is playing quite well. Like, yes, Texas is struggling, but Florida is taking full advantage of it by performing incredibly solidly in their own right.
Yeah, I think it's very easy for a team to get complacent when the other team isn't performing well, and Florida has absolutely not fallen to, prey to that a little bit. I think there was definitely a lot of times where Florida could have seen how Texas was performing and kind of toned it down a little bit, but they really have just been going at this match as hard as they possibly can. And, Texas really we mentioned it earlier, Texas has a fantastic lineup. They have a really good for most maps here, but when you're going up against a team like Florida, where the skill ceiling is just higher in general, they have so many good players that can do absolutely everything with Digital Hypno and Cappy and Exarch and Fleslin and Boggles, like all of them just, proficient in almost everything. I mean, most notably the three they have in now, Digital Hypno, Exarch, and Cappy, the three front runners for this team. Texas just kind of I feel like they're falling on two fronts here. Like, they're not performing the way that they want to on their own picks. And, I totally forgot about Skill. I forgot he was on Florida. I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just letting you go.
I was totally, wasn't thinking. I'm just kind of, going through it. I love you, Skill. Don't mind me. But, Texas is kind of losing on two fronts here, where it's almost they're not performing the way they want on their own picks. But at the same time, they're also getting demolished because Florida is doing insane on their own picks. And that's, it's kind of the double hit there. They're really taking a big one on this match here and into the final couple seconds of that with a 300,000 score difference on Digital Hypno's 1-miss 1400 combo, just pushing Florida into the finish like a truck. You can't do much about it.
That was... It felt kind of inevitable from a distressingly early stage of that match, and Florida just cleaning things up there on Ouroboros. That map was never in doubt, even though Apraxia did have a pretty solid combo by the end of things. It felt inevitable the way Florida was playing and how Texas was underperforming, and that was about all there was. What more could you do?
Yeah, this is one of those years, I think even comparing it to last year as well, Texas is not one of those teams that is used to playing in the losers bracket. So playing, 2 matches per weekend for them, it's not something they really have had to go through previously. So the fact that they've already had a weekend of going through 2 matches that they had to play after going up against Ohio, it really does take a toll. I mean, in private tournament servers, nonetheless, we do talk about it. But the longer you're in the losers bracket, it really is a big slap in the face to have to play 2 matches every weekend. Personal experience getting knocked down to the losers bracket of a tournament in the quarterfinals, and we made it to grand finals. But for 3-4 weeks in a row, we played 2 matches per weekend. It is really, really draining, especially, with, T1G mentioned earlier, having multiple tournaments that you're playing at a time. Almost every single player in this match has multiple tournaments right now. So not only are they playing 2 matches a weekend for this tournament, but they have other tournaments as well that they're kind of going for. It really takes everything out of you for something like this.
Yeah, I was looking at, last year's results as well, and like you said, Texas last year, they were in the winners bracket final, so they had to play 1 match in the losers bracket last year. And that was actually against the Florida team who just got their revenge on them. Texas won that last year in a tiebreaker to get back to the grand finals, but now, to come in this year, have to play, extra week in losers bracket after being dropped down by Ohio. like you said, have to play those 2 matches last weekend, had to think about 2 matches this weekend, worry about the schedules, worry about fitting them in around NAT and Konyo Cup and OMF, whatever. Like, it's just more than you're used to for a lot of players. And I think we saw, I think, the effect of tilt. And, you know, that kind of comes, you know, as we were saying, losing the match on 2 fronts. You know, when you're losing to a team that is both playing better and is just looking like mentally more strong than you are with their like mental performance, as well as their just kind of their skill ceiling in this particular setting, it's even harder, and that tilt just gets worse and worse. And I think that was just Texas's undoing, really.
Yeah, unfortunate for them, you know. I mean, to kind of boil it down for like everyone watching right now, this is not peak Texas. Like this was really not characteristic of them as a team. You know, even with tilt and being a little bit demoralized from this match, this is not classic Texas. Even then, Texas is a high performing, consistent team that you will see, you know, do well all around. And unfortunately, you know, we didn't see Texas at their best today. And, you know, hopefully we'll see them back next year stronger than they came in this year. They had a rough run. They had a really hard time. They had to go up against Ohio, who, you know, as of right now, arguably the contenders to win with SoCal in the losers bracket. As long as they continue their performance this week, I see zero reason that, you know, Ohio doesn't take a significant amount of, you know, give a significant amount of punishment to SoCal in the grand finals if they happen to make it back there. But, you know, overall from both teams today, it wasn't the worst performance we've ever seen, especially on a finals pool. You know, Texas was not performing bad. You said earlier, this is, you know, mostly just a case of Florida performing out of their minds. So, you know, good for them. But, you know, Texas did have their moments this match. They had a couple of good maps, and they had you know, some unfortunate breaks, but good performances from at least 1 or 2 players on every one. So they'll have to kind of figure it out, I guess, for next year and figure it out.
Yeah, I think, you know, we saw a different Texas roster this year. You know, they had Jerome last year, they had Slime Drippy last year, swapping them out, bringing in Abraham R, who I think was a good pickup. Swapping in Dual Akira, who I think that was a little bit of a mixed bag. And so they're gonna I mean, you know, they'll figure stuff out. I think, you know, they're pretty serious tournament players. A year is a long time. But I think they'll be back in Florida. You know, the way they performed on this pool, like, how high is the ceiling for this pool for any of these teams? You know, they get the winner of Stateless versus SoCal, which a lot of people go into matchups with SoCal and say, oh, it's already over. You know, they have no hope going in. We had a lot of people, when the tournament started, writing off every other team in the entire tournament because, oh, it's Idki and Vaxe and Malco. They're just going to win for free. And then Ohio comes out and doesn't have any of that attitude and just beats them straight up. So I think the nice thing now is that showed that SoCal is beatable. And I think Florida's a team that can make a splash in even that matchup, just, you know, in the potential match tomorrow night. So I think they'll take a lot of positives away from this matchup, and I think we'll be in for a good matchup tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, assuming that we see SoCal beating Stateless in the match that's coming up, and we get a Florida versus SoCal matchup in the losers bracket round 6 tomorrow. I think that'll be a good one.